Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. It is 2022 and I am back in the treatment room, back live on Facebook. Thank you so much for all your Christmas greetings and Happy New Year messages, and for the birthday messages too. It was very much appreciated. I hope you all had a wonderful festive period, whether you celebrate Christmas as such or not, or whether it's Yule for you, or just some time off, or even if you were working the whole way through. I hope you had some time for yourself over the last couple of weeks. I did take quite a decent break, and it's been nice. And it's also nice to get back into some semblance of normality as well, and some sort of routine. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're here live, great. If not, just leave me a wee comment afterwards and let me know how you are and how you get on. It has been really nice just to take some time off with family and friends. There was a lot of cooking involved because we were hosting Christmas at our house this year, so as usual. So there was a lot of cooking and prep and all that sort of stuff. But it's lovely, and it was nice to be able to spend time with some family and friends over the period. It was also really nice over the New Year period as well, just to get some downtime. We literally did very little and used the weekend just past to really recharge our batteries before getting back into work mode, in inverted commas. It's really important though that if you have had a break, that you do ease back into it nice and gently. Okay, I was listening to my art coach Michelle Lloyd from United Artspace yesterday, and she was talking about the importance of gently just leaning back in, easing back in, doing a little bit of something just to get you back into the flow. And I did try and do that after a couple of weeks off. I did spend some time over the weekend just, catching up on a little bit of admin, just starting to get my head back into the game, and it's been really helpful. So I've just seen my first client for 2022. I've got a few minutes in between clients now just to jump on and do a quick live with you. And I just wanted to have a chat, really. Resolutions, let's not make those either. They're a bit of a waste of time, don't you think? I think I much prefer to set intentions. Every New Year's Eve I create a vision board, and I pop that up in my kitchen so that I can see it every day as the year goes on. And it's really, really inspiring. It just helps me get ideas out of my head, like a brain dump of all the things that I want to get done, everything I want to sort of bring in and welcome in as the year moves on. I try and put on the board, whether that's through a picture or a word or some form of, inspiring quote, something along those lines. And my partner and I do this every year, and it's great fun and it's great crack, and we do it as a bit of a sort of tradition now on New Year's Eve, rather than sort of, I don't drink alcohol anyway, but rather than sort of drinking lots of alcohol and getting really sort of tired and being hungover the next day, I like to start my day on January the 1st with full intention of moving forward into the new year. So that's kind of what we do. And it was really nice just to spend that time doing that this year. So just ease yourself back in. This may be your first day back to work. Maybe some of you have been working over the festive period. I know quite a few people have. I know some people haven't been very well, as also they've maybe been having to isolate or having to be staying home. And if you have been poorly, I'm sending you lots of love and lots of hugs, and I hope you feel better soon. Thought I would pull a few cards for you as well, just to let you know what the cards have said for this coming week, because it's been a while since I've done a live. I do intend to go back to the regular Monday slot for this from next week onwards. It'll be either probably in and around lunchtime each Monday. I'm going to try and go live for you. I'm not going to set a deadline or a time on it because I do like to be quite flexible, but you can always catch up on the replay. So let me see. Oh, I was saying about resolutions. Another thing that I think is really important, and Michelle Lloyd mentioned this yesterday during her Facebook Live that I was following yesterday, and she said when you set an intention, so you set an intention to do something, it's really important that you have a way of following through with that. So a lot of us say, right, I'm going to stop doing something, but we need to have something to replace it with. So for example, a resolution might be, I'm going to stop scrolling on my phone before bed. well, that's okay. You maybe stick to that for about 2 or 3 nights, and then gradually you'll start to do it again, unless you have something else to replace it with. So maybe you'll say, instead of scrolling on my phone, I'm going to read a chapter of my book. Instead of, sitting up late watching Netflix, I'm going to do some meditation. Instead of this, I'm going to do that. And it gives you something to replace the habit with that you're trying to. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Kim. Yes, Ashley, looking forward to Sunday as well. I'll talk about that in a wee minute. It gives you something to replace your intention, the thing that you're trying to stop. If you have something to replace it with, it really helps you stick to it. So screens are always a big thing for me. What my intention has been, and I tried to set this in place last year, and it was relatively successful, but I'm going to continue on with it, was that I would not start doing any work as such at this computer until my working hours started. So in the morning I have maybe an hour before I start work, in inverted commas. So for that hour I will journal, I will use my cards for myself, I will meditate, and I will maybe do some qigong, do some exercise, those sorts of things. That's mine. Hi, Paula. So it's just really to have an intention and follow through, have something that you can have in place, like a little bank of things that you can pick and that you can little bank of things that you can select from when you're trying to establish new habits or getting things in place. So maybe have 5 or 6 things that you can go to. So if you're tempted to fall back into the pattern that you had before, then you have things that you can select. So it might be a meditation, it might be maybe a 10-minute workout program, it might be, going for a quick walk, it might be literally, getting your favourite piece of music on that reminds you how brilliant you are. Something along those lines, okay? So have something that just eases you back in and gets you back into the way that you want to flow into 2022, so that you can set intentions rather than creating resolutions, because resolutions rarely work. So with that being said, I did draw some cards for you, as always. I drew them from the Wisdom from the Hidden Realms book, which is one of my favourite wee decks, so I thought I'll just start as we mean to go on. One card that came up this morning, the first one that came up, was the Winged Wise Ones. Now this card comes up always as a helpful card, never a challenger, and it comes up just to let you know that your heartfelt intentions are being heard and are being listened to by interdimensional beings, divine beings, angels, whatever you wish to call them. But remember as well, you are that divine being yourself. Your higher self listens, your cosmic self, your inner soul, your spirit. How often do you listen to it? How often do you take time out to tune in? So quite often we ask for things and we put things out there, and we place our prayers, if you wish, out into the universe, and then we don't look for the answers, and we assume then that they haven't been answered. Whereas if we start to notice what's going on, like notice the little things around you, notice those inspired thoughts that pop into your head. Is that a message from your higher self? Is that a message from the divine? What about when you're in meditation? Do you tune in to listen to yourself? Listen to that small quiet voice within you that speaks to you, your intuition, your guidance, that's your inner self. So allow yourself to tune in, to understand that the divine guidance is all around you, it's within you, it's who you are. You are part of this whole cosmos, you are made of the same stuff, and you are perfectly able to create the reality that you want through setting your heartfelt intentions. And then the word Lord came up, and it also really speaks to me as well about the same principle here, that it's your communication, it's the words you use and how you say them, and the power behind words, the powerfulness behind words, the powerfulness behind the things that you can, that you're thinking, things that you're saying to yourself and to others. Instead of being negative and critical and judging things, and we've all been guilty of that over the last couple of years in particular, we all have a point of view and are very critical sometimes of the way things are being done. Instead of that, why don't we bless things? blessings going out equal blessings coming back. Whatever you put out comes back to you, often threefold or more. So why not put blessings out? Put blessings out into the world. Be grateful, be full of praise, notice the abundance, notice the wonderful, fabulous things that are in the world. And more of that will be reflected back to you because you get what you look for. You look for problems, look for things to criticise, look for things to judge, look for things to give off about, look for things to be angry about, look for things to be fed up about, to be depressed about. You'll find them. You will find them. What about if you look for things to be really grateful for? Look for things to be happy about. Look for the joy and the abundance and the fantastic things in life. You will find those too. And as you find those, then you set that ripple of joy out into the world and that gets reflected back. And we all need more of that. We all need more of that. So use supportive, uplifting words. The word Lord card reminds you of the power of your words. Okay, so use those. You're really powerful. And remember as well, it's not just what you say, but it's how you say it. Okay, and it's also your body language. More than 50% of your communication is non-verbal. It is visual, from the way you move, to the way you speak, to the expression you use on your face, to the energy you are emitting. Energy doesn't lie. You know, so you could be, if you turned around and said, I was really excited when I read that book. That's not really ringing true, is it? I was really excited when I was reading that book. It was really, really good. And do you see the difference? You can switch things in or out. So you can also talk yourself out of a bad mood too. So you can smile and you can start to, you know, do things that make you happy. Maybe put on a piece of music. Again, music's very powerful. Put on a piece of music that makes you smile. Watch a funny video that makes you giggle. You can do these things to shift yourself out of a funk and then start to use words positively. Affirmations really are useful as well. I know some people roll their eyes and go, not affirmations, but they only work if you really mean them. So you've got to sort of put the effort into smiling. How do I want to come across? How do I want my life to be? What energy do I want to see reflected back at myself? So what energy am I putting out into the world? Okay? And the final card that came up was the Arrow Master. The Arrow Master asks you to think about, when you're shooting an arrow, you draw back, you focus, you look at where you want it to go, and then you let it fly to hit your target. You don't go along adjusting the arrow along the way and saying, no, you need to go this way, this way, this way, this way. You just let it go and intend that it hits its target. And that's the same with your intentions. It's the same with the things that you are shooting for, the things, shoot for the stars. What are you aiming for? What direction are you placing yourself as we go into 2022? What is, yes, the bigger vision is nice, but what are you wanting for this month? What are you wanting for the next 3 months? What are you wanting to bring into your life? How would you like to see this year move forward? What intentions, what goals, what plans have you? Focus on them. Shoot for them. In other words, take some steps towards them, but then let it go. Let go of how it's going to manifest. And just trust that it will. Because remember, your winged wise ones are listening. And they are there to help guide and correct your course and to move you through. You may not get it the way you think you need it. You may not get it the way you want to control it. So what about we let go of the need to control? We tune in and allow this year to unfold more slowly. We allow this year to unfold with more dignity and a little bit more feminine receptivity. It's a 6 universal year from a numerological point of view. Far more, if you follow Elizabeth Peru, she talks about this extensively, about how this is the year where we're going to get really in touch with our ancient spiritual roots and how we are going to slow down and be more mindful and be more conscious of the power we have and the power that we're putting out in the world that we see coming back to us. And I'm really excited about that. I am really excited, and as Ashley has mentioned in the comments, looking forward to Sunday. Sunday sees the start of Healing with Spiritual Light course, which is a new shamanic course that I'm running. It is currently fully booked, so so pleased. I genuinely can't believe that so many people want to do it. If you do want to do it, speak to me. It may run again later in the year, but this particular intake is full for the moment. And it starts on Sunday, and it's all about embodying shamanism and embodying how you shine your light and learning the power of your own body and your voice and movement and things like that, and just bringing that ancient wisdom to place. And it's just so important that you learn how powerful your light is and how you can shine it and how you can transfigure and transmute all the negative stuff, because there's loads of negativity. But there's no point looking at it all the time. Be aware of it. Yes, I've talked about this before. Be aware of it. Be aware of the shadow. Be aware of the light. Be the bridge between it. Allow yourself to straddle both these worlds, but be the positive bridge between it to help people out of the shadow into the light. But also to shine your light and recognize your power as a creator, as a divine being. Okay? So hopefully this has given you some food for thought. Yes, Kim, set your intention, not resolution. Absolutely. Absolutely is the way forward. Resolutions tend to have a more negative connotation to them because it's usually something you're going to stop doing. I resolve to stop doing X, Y, and Z. But what about I intend to do A, B, and C instead? So okay, yeah, we all have the same resolutions, right? We've all eaten too much over Christmas. I have a mountain of chocolate in my house. Talk about instant manifestation. Just before Christmas, I complained in my house that there was no chocolate. I was like, I can't believe it's like 3 days before Christmas there wasn't a pick of chocolate in the house. And I love chocolate. And I said, there's not any chocolate in this house. And my daughter joked and she says, why don't you manifest some? And I went, I am. Bring the chocolate to me. Well, be careful what you wish for, because the house is coming down with chocolate. So if you come to the treatment room, you will be offered some chocolate. Take some chocolate with you. There's loads of it. It's loads of it. So yes, on one hand, I'm just probably going to eat the chocolate and just love life. But on the other hand, I'm going to also intend that 2022 is a little bit healthier. But we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to beat myself up. But yes, when you intend to do something, there's more oomph behind it. There's more power behind it. There's more energy behind it than when you give a bit of I'm going to stop doing X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Well, are you? You'll probably stop for maybe a week, and then you'll beat yourself up that you didn't manage to do it for longer than a week. It was like in 2021, I stopped. I had my last alcoholic drink on the 28th of December 2020. And as we moved into 2021, I said to myself, I'm going to do dry January. And I was like, right, see how we go. And then I didn't miss it. And I thought, I'll just keep going. I've never said, never drinking again. I said, just for today. I fell back onto the Reiki principles, just for today. And you know what? I don't miss it at all. And I know I will never drink again, really. I have no desire to do it. But I'm not going to set myself up for a fall by saying I'll never drink again. But I know in my heart of hearts that I most likely won't. I have an intention that I don't need that in my life anymore. It doesn't do anything for me. In fact, it makes me quite sick. So I was doing a meditation this morning as well, and in the meditation, part of it was really nice, about learning to, it was almost like stepping outside of yourself into your higher self, into the sort of, the essence of the divine creation that you are, and then spending some time with your human and caring for your human. And at that point, I heard my body say to me, please take better care of me. Thank you for, stopping alcohol, and thank you for stopping doing other things that don't agree with me. But please take better care of me as 2022 goes on. And I thought, you know what, I'm more likely to do that now because I feel like I'm taking care of my human. It's like I'm taking care of me. So with that in mind, it maybe will help as well. Maybe just a shift of mindset. Sometimes it's just a little thing that switches in your perception. It just gives you a better chance of actually being successful in what it is you want to do. So remember, your winged wise ones are here. They're always listening. That is also you. Your higher self is always listening. Choose your words carefully, your communications carefully. Listen more. Okay, what's being said, listen to understand before you try and be understood. Okay, and set your intentions and shoot the arrow, and then just let the arrow fly. Okay, so every time you try and think, I need to control how this is going to come, I want you to have the image of an arrow flying through the air. Are you really going to get in the way of that? Or are you just going to let it fly? Because if you touch it, you're going to knock it to the ground, or it's going to go right through you, or shoot you in the foot. Okay, so you just be very careful with that. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. This, as I say, is often the first working week back for many people, so ease yourself back in gently. Go easy. Okay? Set your intentions wisely, use your words carefully. Think about what energy you're putting out into the world, and when you catch yourself going to complain or give off or look for negativity, reframe it and bless the things around you, and notice how that shifts the vibration and changes it, because if we all did that, imagine what a different world we could be in. So that are my thoughts. That's my thought for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Looking forward to seeing all my folks on the shamanic course starting on Sunday. The Astro Tarot course starts on Zoom on Monday night as well. There is one spot available. If anybody wants it, there was a wee cancellation, so there is one spot has come up for it. It's a 6-week course merging astrology and tarot together. What else is coming up for you? Reiki 1 on the 15th of January. I will be in touch with all the Reiki students tomorrow. I'm just going to see the venue tomorrow and just to make sure everything's okay before I email you all. That one is fully booked. There is another Reiki 1 class on the 19th of March if you want. It's half full already, so if you do want to come and do Reiki, do get in touch. What else is on? Crystal Healing Practitioner course. Available online all year round, but the actual live workshops for it are running again. The first workshop is on the 22nd of January. So if you're on that online course and you want to come to the live workshop, get in touch. And if you aren't on the online course but just want to do the course, get in touch with me and we'll get you set up so that you can come along on the 22nd of January. And you'll also then get access to the online version of it as well. Nothing else I think I need to tell you. I think that's it. So enjoy your first week back. I will be back live again on Monday, which is the 10th. Monday the 10th of January. I'll be live probably in and around lunchtime. And I will see you all then with some more thoughts for next week. So nice to see you and have a lovely day.